guys, it's me. Today we are learning how things are made. I love boba. I love boba in my milk tea. I love boba in my matcha. But how is it made? Oh, that looks delicious. Okay, these are giant bobas.
It's actually a grass jelly recipe.
Oh, they're making it with grass jelly. You know, sometimes I forget that you can put any liquid into an ice mold and it'll make perfect sphere-shaped things out of that liquid. And then pop it in a little cup. That one's cheating. That's not real boba. Now, Joshua Weissman is going to show us how to make boba balls, which are also known as tapioca pearls, which is basically water and brown sugar. Let that boil, and then you add the tapioca starch. Mix it up, and then it makes a dough. You take that dough, it looks just like cookie dough. You tell me this is gonna turn into a boba ball. Okay, you gotta make the dough very long, and then hand roll each individual ball. Ain't nobody got time for that. Surely there must be a faster way. You know, at the factory, they probably got machines that do this, but when they're in my drink, they're black. So you take the balls, boil them. Whoa. And it's just made it like kind of see-through. You know, the boba ball. Why do I keep calling them boba balls? There's nothing else to call them. They are in fact boba balls, tapioca pearls. It's the brown sugar syrup that gives them the color, which is made of even more brown sugar. When you order boba, it already has so much sugar in it because it's basically made of brown sugar. So whenever I get a milk tea, I get it not sweet because all the sweetness is already in the boba. And if you are drinking your milk tea and your boba drinks at 100% sweet, this is a wake-up call. Your taste buds are broken. If you want to fix them, start ordering your drinks half sweet. And then you can go to 25% sweet, and then you can go to 0% sweet. You let the balls marinate in your little boba soup, and that's where boba comes from. When the mommy brown sugar loves the daddy tapioca, that's how boba was born. I like it. Y'all ever take a bite into a McDonald's chicken nugget and think of the mysteries this meat could be made of? This photo went viral years ago. It's the vegans. They wanted you to think that chicken nuggets were made out of this suspicious pink sludge, when in reality, it's actually people hand carving chickens. Apparently they make the nuggets out of the rib meat, tenderloin, skin, and breastises.
Before we make the McNuggets, we remove the skin, and then we later add a small portion back for flavor.
They take all of these pieces of the chicken and grind them up. I guess this is where that pink sludge came from. It looks like ground chicken. There's nothing sus about it. Okay, but how do they get the silly shapes? Of course, it's McDonald's recording this video. They're gonna skip a few steps and then just cut to the cookie cutter nugget part. There they are. There's several shapes of nuggets. They literally go through a cookie cutter process. I mean, it's fine when it's like dinosaur shaped nuggets, but like when it's like the boot shaped McDonald's chicken nugget, there's a problem. This bothers me so much because it looks like they tried to make it look like random shapes. It's an organic shape. That means it's all natural. Everything is different, but like, no, they literally go through a cookie cutter and they only have an assortment of shapes. Y'all ever notice this? There's only 6 different shapes of McNugget, and then they go through the fryer. It would take every ounce of restraint I have not to grab a handful of those nuggets fresh out the fryer. Oh man, those look good. Oh wait, no, never mind. They're not cooked all the way. It's still raw? I lied. Salmonella is the only thing that's stopping me from grabbing a handful of those nuggets. And then they pre-package them, and off you go to your local McDonald's, where they will deep fry it again when they get there. The fryer whose grease hasn't been changed for the past few months. And you get them in your Happy Meal.
All right, so what's a perfect nugget?
So first we evaluate on appearance. So we want to make sure that it's a light golden brown.
Okay.
Make sure that it has ridges and peaks.
Yes.
And then you need to have a slightly firm texture,
Okay.
but it's still juicy.
What are you, the nugget police? Man, what is your job description? Gina Baumgardner. She is the National Account Executive. That sounds fancy. So you telling me she evaluates nuggets for a living? She judges them based on how they look, the texture and the ridges and peaks? I can't believe they call her an executive. Perhaps a crunch specialist. When I grow up, I want to be a crunch specialist too.
Should we try one?
Let's try one.
See, that's the experience that I remember. That reminds me of my childhood.
She basically gets to taste test nuggets for a living. Well, now we know how nuggets are made. Mochi donuts. I already know how they're made, but it's so fascinating to watch this every time. There is this machine. You put the dough mixture in and it just dispenses it right into the hot oil. And that's how they get the perfect bubble shape every single time. And then when they're cooked, Wow, it's magical. And then they dip it into, no, it's not strawberry, it is cherry blossom. Oh, this is in Vegas? I need to try this immediately. Wow, they're gorgeous. I cannot tell you guys how much I love mochi donuts. It's the one thing that I will usually risk my gluten allergy to try. Y'all ever looked at a concrete fence and wonder how it got there? How do they do this? There is a mold for it. You pop it in place, pour concrete through the mold, and then when it's dry, you take off the mold. Like it's one of them DIY popsicles. Somehow I thought it would be a little more difficult. I've seen 5-minute crafts more complicated than this. Let us step inside the Oreo factory. Oh, I'm sorry. Off-brand chocolate sandwich cookie. How do they make these things? How do you make a good cookie? You know, you have a grandma that mysteriously disappeared and they probably kidnapped her. Put her to work at the cookie factory. Nobody makes better cookies than grandma does. Oh, that's a whole lot of sugar. Whoa. I don't think people realize how much sugar they eat in a day and how bad sugar is for you. Because the FDA says you should be having like 50 grams of sugar. That's way too much. You know, a can of soda has more sugar than you should be having in a day. So they take all the ingredients, put it in a dumpster. You know, sorry, we couldn't find a bowl big enough. This ain't a small batch kind of establishment. It looks like when you're taking the trash out and then the garbage bag leaks an unknown brown substance. That's what it looked like. Okay, this is the professional mixer. And then they put these giant bags full of flour into the dumpster mixture. Oh, now it's starting to look more like chocolate. Wait, what happened? My guy is scooping them up with a shovel. You know, we couldn't find a spoon big enough. Oh, this is the best part. The Oreo print. You know, it's not a cookie cutter. It's a cookie mold. It just like stamps the logo onto the cookies. Oh, and then they come out like this. That's a whole lot of Oreos. I mean, chocolate sandwich cookies. That is very oddly satisfying. The way it just like goes off one conveyor belt to the other. Oh, that's nice. The ultimate cookie transfer. On their way to get filled with cream. Where's the double stuffed device? Oh, wait. They gotta bake them first? You telling me those things are raw? Where's the oven? Oh, I guess that's the oven. It just like heats them up for a hot second. They don't even need to be baked that long. And then you have an industrial fan. It's a conveyor belt with only fans. And then they dry off. That's a little aggressive. How are they not breaking? Off you go. You're grown now. Throw the cookies into the wild. Where's the part that they get stuffed? So one side flips them right side up and then one side opens them up. So then they get creamed and then...
It's a high-speed operation, as a cylindrical pump deposits this vanilla filling onto the plain side of the biscuits.
A what? Girl, a cylindrical pump deposits the cream filling? Yeah, I'm sure you had to make it cylindrical. That thing is quick. Okay, imagine calibrating this. It has to cream the Oreo at the perfect moment and then send it on its way. Just like that, I've finally been waiting for this moment. This was indeed very fascinating. I'm just surprised you could like throw these Oreos around like they little frisbees without them cracking. I feel like the machines are being very rough with the sandwich cookies, and yet not a single crack in sight. It's like a little Oreo traffic jam. Oh, so they're not Oreos. They're Newman O's? Newman O's? Don't y'all make fig bars? What are you doing making Oreos? I've literally never seen these in my life. Congratulations, now you know how an Oreo is made. They are making this really cool smoke design effect on the ceiling as like an accent piece, but with smoke. Like literally take fire and the smoke from the fire. You're gonna have to turn the smoke alarms off for this one. You know, we're gonna burn your house without burning it down. It's all right. You just gotta trust this guy. I think he knows what he's doing. It looks pretty cool. Kind of look like a marble effect. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face. Make sure you turn on notifications. Click, and subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.